Ni hao. Now, today we'll be looking at the ethnic group Chinese. Now, before we go into the food of the Chinese people, I'll be giving you a little background into why the Chinese came to British Guyana. Now, the first group of Chinese indentured servants arrived in British Guyana in 1853 on the vessels of the Glentanner, Lord Elgin, and the Samuel Boddington. Now, 14,000 Chinese arrived in British Guyana between 1853 and 1879 on 39 vessels, bound from Hong Kong by the British Raj officials to fill the labor shortage on the sugar plantations engendered by the abolition of slavery. Now, I'll give you a little history on the cuisine, Chinese cuisine. History of Chinese cuisine starts with the 4,000-year-old archaeological findings of the oldest noodle food found in the upper reaches of the Chinese Yellow River. By the time of the Han Dynasty, 206 billion centuries, manufacture of various grain foods became very organized and cooking also reflected that. Now, some foods that we may know here in Guyana, some popular foods that were contributed by the Chinese are kung pao chicken, sweet and sour pork, Peking roast duck, mapo tofu, chow mein, Chinese hot pot, spring rolls, and wonton soup.
I am wearing a pink cheongsam with a flower pattern design. The cheongsam is a Chinese dress. It is sometimes referred to as the qipao and occasionally as the mandarin gown. Between the late 1920s and the 1960s, when the cheongsam was at its most popular, it was the to-go outfit for many Chinese women living in urban areas of China as well as Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Even while the cheongsam is occasionally considered to be traditional Chinese attire, it has evolved over time in response to modern society. Now, let me give a little description of my cheongsam. It is a sheet dress. It has a high symmetrical collar, side slits, and asymmetrical opening at the front that stretches from the middle of the collar to the armpit down to the side. The opening is traditionally secured with knotted buttons and loops known as wanu or pink flower button, which is this right here, and it is made of silk.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Naima Daniels, and today I will be looking at the religion of the Chinese. The Chinese immigrants who came to Guyana brought with them various religious beliefs, primarily centered around Buddhism and Taoism. These beliefs were an essential part of their culture, heritage, and were practiced to maintain their spiritual and social connections with their homeland. Buddhism and Taoism are two major religions that the Chinese immigrants brought to Guyana. Buddhism emphasizes principles of mortality, meditation, and enlargement, while Taoism revolves around the concepts of living in harmony with the natural order of the universe. In addition to Buddhism and Taoism, Chinese immigrants also practiced various traditional Chinese folk religions, which involves ancestral worship, reverence of deities and spirits, and other practices rooted in the Chinese culture. These religious beliefs played a significant role in shaping the Chinese community, identity, culture, practice in Guyana, allowing them to maintain a sense of belonging to the continuity with their ancestral traditions while living in a new country.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiana James, and today I'll be telling you about Chinese holidays. Each year, China have 7 public holidays enjoyed by all citizens. They are New Year's Day, which is celebrated on December 31st to the 2nd of January. Spring Festival. This is Chinese New Year and it is known to be China's biggest festival. It is celebrated on the 21st to the 27th of January. Qingming Festival. This is known as Tomb Sweeping Day and it is celebrated on the 5th of April. Labor Day. This is known as a golden week for tourism and it is observed in April 27th to May 3rd. Dragon Boat Festival. This is where people eat sticky rice dumpling and attend dragon boat races. It is celebrated on the 22nd to the 24th of June. Mid-Autumn Festival. This is known as Mooncake Festival and is celebrated in September 29th to October 1st. National Day. National Day is celebrated on the 30th of September to October 6th. This is another golden week for tourism.